This episode of Distractible is presented by Vitaminwater. Some drinks are fun. Some drinks are functional. But Vitaminwater said, why not both?
The Elevate Blue Raspberry, actually very good. As I'm getting older, I found that I'm a raspberry guy.
They also have zero sugar rehydrate pineapple passion fruit.
As I'm getting older, I'm finding I'm really a pineapple guy. I'm like Wade, but with apples. Grab a Vitaminwater today, copyright 2025 Glasso. Vitaminwater is a registered trademark of Glasso.
Good evening, gentle listeners or watchers, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, Wayworn Wade sees white, defends Wiki, then breaks out anachronisms and memory tests. Magniloquent Mark, Raw Dog Shorts withdrawal, gets Amy points, conceptualizes coding, knows his chicks, orgies, and dicking crazy. Backickle Bob brings up TikTok Bigfoot, assaults AI, calls out cowardice, and does Whippets, Van Dyke, and Richthofen. From acromatopsia to fellatio. Yes! It's time for Frog Sticks. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's host, Wade. How am I the host? It's a great question. I won somehow last time despite losing, which is a talent of mine to be sure. Joined as always by my co-hosts, Bob and Mark.
Hi. Hello.
I'm here. I'm ready to lose again.
All right, that's the spirit. If you've never been here, this is the show where one of us hosts, the other two can be for points. Whoever has the most points at the end gets to host the next episode. That's the only reward, really. Typically, we start off by talking about what's new in our lives. And I know something that's kind of new and crazy, but I'll save it because it's these two's turn to talk. What's new, boys?
I have a TikTok update.
TikTok updates.
Everybody loves my legendary TikTok updates.
I do. I love it. I think it's great.
I have two things I want to talk about, and one thing, well, it's one of the two things I want to show you. But the first one is there's this lady on TikTok. I don't know her personally or anything, but it's just really funny. I don't know what happened, but something happened that led her to post a video of her couch. Or I think maybe she was talking to someone in her real life and they had this confrontation about this. Anyway, she has a couch. It's clearly a gray couch. Like, it's not blue gray. It's a gray couch. It's unquestionable on video. And she posted a TikTok where she was basically like, I was talking to my husband or friend or somebody. And I was like, oh yeah, something about go sit on the blue couch or whatever. And they were like, you don't have a blue couch. She was like, yeah, we have a blue chair and blue couch. Go sit on the blue couch.
Oh, I do know this. Yeah.
And the person like wouldn't let it go. And apparently neither would she. And so she posted a thing and a video of the couch. It was like, look, guys, and showed a bunch of stuff that was blue, but also the couch. And she was like, blue, 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 except the couch is clearly gray. And the drama around it is so good because she wouldn't let it go. And people were like, oh, that's gray. She was responding to people in the comments and being like, it's clearly blue. You guys are just gaslighting me now. The internet's just fucking with me. This is just, and then if you dig deep enough, it's not that deep because it's really popular. There's a reply where someone's like, hey, have you checked to see if you're colorblind? There's like tests you can take online and stuff. And then she replies to that comment where she just goes to one of those websites and does the numbers in the bubbles of colorblind test things. And she's very confidently, she's like, number, nothing, number, nothing. But every single image has a number in it. And there were a bunch where she was like, I don't see anything in this one. Next. And then at the end of the video, the thing is like, yeah, you have like Triton type color blindness, like tritophobia or not phobia, whatever it's called. And she just like, she gave it up immediately. Was just sitting there and was like, huh. That's really interesting.
This is actually a convenient time for you to bring this up because if you are a viewer, you can check real quick because my shirt is about the color of that couch, which is gray. if you were looking at my shirt and being like, that's a nice blue shirt that Mark was wearing, or if you think that Wade and I have similar shirts, you might want to get checked.
Or me too, because my shirt's kind of minty, bluey, greeny. The type of color blindness would be blue-gray color blindness. So,
Bob, what do you mean? Your shirt's yellow.
Oh, that's different. That's a different joke. Anyway, it was just really funny, and I appreciate that once she took the colorblind test, she didn't. I was expecting her to do that, and for it to be like, "You're colorblind," and for her to be like, "This test is a joke. You're all still fucking with me. This is what." But she was just like, "Huh." Well, that explains probably for my entire life why I argued a lot about what colors things were, especially if they were blue or gray with people in my life. Which apparently she never thought, oh, maybe I'm colorblind after doing that through her entire. Anyway, it's very funny and it's a very worthwhile. It's one of those things where it's like if you dig through it on TikTok and find and watch all the replies, the story, the drama, the progression, very funny, very good stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It also led me to know that reverse color blindness tests are a thing where it's the same kind of dots, but you can only read the number easily if you are colorblind instead of it being hard to read if you're colorblind. And it gaslit me because I was reading it and I came across the first one. I was like, oh God, I see a number. Oh no. Ah! But it's like, it's not perfect from what I understand. I took a colorblind test many times on video and I've done it again and I'm pretty sure not. But I can read some of these reverse colorblind test numbers and I'm just like, no. Oh no. But I think it's just easier. And if you can see a pattern in it, you can kind of get it. There's a couple that I can't see for sure.
I can tell you a pattern. In 10 years, there will be another question like this because it was just over 10 years ago, which I can't believe it was that long, that we had the, is this dress white and gold or blue and black debate.
Mm-hmm.
That was 10 years ago.
There's something about that because it's like, you know, the outline of the ballerina and you don't know which way it's dancing and rotating, but you can flip it. If you concentrate on it a certain way, you can flip the direction that it's flipping. And people's default direction that it's flipping is sometimes different between others.
What color did you guys see back then, by the way?
I think it depended a lot on the monitor that I was looking at. If you're looking on a phone, it can depend on if your Android or iPhone made a big difference. Your current brightness at that time made a difference. If it's light outside at the time, but it's hard to say for sure what the exact reason was because I don't know.
I was white and gold.
Freak.
I think I saw it both. Yeah, I think it was context specific for me. I think I ended up seeing it kind of both ways.
I think there was one time I saw it and saw the blue and black or whatever, but I think predominantly I saw white and gold.
I think I predominantly saw blue and black.
That's only the first of 2 TikTok updates. This other one is I feel conflicted about because it's AI generated video stuff. But have you guys seen the Bigfoot vlogs AI generated video trend?
Yes, I have. 100%.
This is Bigfoot vlogs.
Drink. Let's take a sip.
Oh, I'm gonna crash out.
I don't know what was in that, but I can't freaking sleep. Oh, might as well get morning scrub ready. I'm tweaking.
Campers earlier, they kept putting this thing to their mouth and sucking on it, creating smoke, so I stole it, and, well, now I can't stop sucking on it.
Today, we're hunting for the legendary human snow machine. It's loud, smells like farts, and breaks down every 5 minutes, just like humans.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the whole thing. There are a lot of them. There are Stormtrooper ones, which are also very funny. It's a whole thing. It's just like bro vlogs, but starring different, characters like Bigfoot and the Yeti and Stormtroopers. And they're so trashy, but somehow they have an absolute stranglehold on me right now. And I cannot stop thinking about them and watching them whenever they come up. Is it just me? Am I crazy? I feel like
no, you're not crazy. And here's
there's something addicting about that. Yeah.
Here's the thing that I think, because people are often morally conflicted because there's those that are like, no AI ever, forever, but that's still funny. Like those influencer impossible challenge ones, those are funny because they could never exist otherwise.
Those were also funny, yeah.
And the Bigfoot ones they bridge that gap. This is not something that could have existed without this medium. If the AI video is only ever used for Bigfoot vlogs, I think that's okay because that's not taking away from the Bigfoot vlog channel that I watch regularly. I think it's extra content that kind of is in a way outside of what people normally list. And that's a slippery slope, of course, to many other things. I'm not condoning like general because I still know in my soul, Google stole every YouTuber's videos they've ever uploaded. That's why it's so good at making vlogs. That's the problem. But they're never going to get caught. The truth is never going to come out, and it wouldn't matter anyway if it did. But, that's neither here nor there.
It makes me feel crazy because the jokes are funny. It makes fun of vloggers, pretty hardcore. The Bigfoot jokes are funny, but like it's wild. And I feel like it has a stranglehold on a lot of the internet because these things are going crazy. It's very popular, but
like everything, it's gonna fade. People are gonna get bored of it, and in a few months, people are like, I don't want to watch any Bigfoot vlogs. Give me the new thing, and maybe there'll be a few more things that get generated with the AI stuff.
Can't wait till Greek God vlogs comes out. That's gonna be the real one.
You can make it right now. $2.50 a month. Give Uncle Google.
What scares me is the trend that YouTube took. And this is an old trend now, but like the cut from action to action to action to action. I've been watching some people that have been making videos. There's one guy that's like in his mid-20s, and he was talking about like how he watches content. He's like, I can't even watch like those type of videos now without being at like 1.5 speed. Like, I need to get through content fast so I can get more of it. And it's like, are people's attention spans getting that bad where now you can't just watch just a normal Let's Play? It's got to be cut up. But on top of being cut up to death, it also has to be 1.5 speed because it's just like, must consume 10-minute video in 5 minutes or else.
There's a huge can of worms to open up. I don't think we're qualified to answer it. But here we go anyway. Aha! Look, you're right. And it's kind of a beating a dead horse at this point, but dead horse, you only get so much entertainment out of beating it. You got to beat it faster and harder. You got to hit it fast with a machine gun whip, but yeah, it's true. It just is. And I can tell it when the more I consume like TikTok or short form content, the more I do that in general day to life. And I even notice like it's already hard to keep a thought in my head with ADHD. It's even harder nowadays. I sometimes like I will forget something that I was doing. That always happens. I'll forget what the next thing I replaced it with was, and then I'll stand in the middle of the kitchen being like looking at my phone and have something else in my hand that I never even realized I picked up, and then I won't even remember where I disappear. Literally, I feel like I disappear, and that's concerning, and that caused me to stop. That's why I deleted TikTok a while ago, and I replaced it with YouTube Shorts, but I got to get that out now. And I've cut back on that, and it is a problem, but it's also not permanent damage. It's easily fixable by just not doing it for a while. Not easily fixable. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I don't know if we get to call that easily fixable, but
it's also different because we didn't grow up on that kind of content. I don't know if you grow up and that's the first bit of kind of content you're consuming too. It could be scary.
Some sort of neuroscientist should probably study these effects on brains and maybe give advice.
Maybe we could rig up an AI to study it. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, that's true. We should just get an AI to do it.
Come on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I heard of a good Bigfoot doctor.
It's like TikTok. It's just a bunch of brain scans, and they're just like, that one looks bad.
Man, that reminds me. Amy said something very funny about AI in the current state because Apple published that study that was like, "Hey, AI is not that great." I think we might have mentioned that, but she explained it perfectly because I've been using it a lot to try to fix some of my lack of knowledge in I'm trying to be a systems admin when I have no qualifications of system administration or programming or stuff like that. But they have this new thing with AI where you can vibe code. You don't need to know code. You can just like kind of nudge it, It's like, what if I wanted to do this? And it's wrong half the time. And the first time the code's like, this is code. And I go like, double check your work. Is this right? And they go, oh yeah, I looked real good at that code. It's super good. And I plug it in and it just blows up the entire computer. And I'm like, it blew up the computer. It's like, yeah, of course it blew up the computer. That code was trash, written by a drunk AI. Here's the real code. You do that a few times, you get it. She said AI is like phoning a friend in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Sometimes it knows exactly what it's talking about. Every time it's confident. You pick up your phone, you phone your friend, they give you an answer. Probably not right, but it was just like a very, very good description of it. So
pretty good. I'll give a point to Amy.
Good job, Amy. Good point.
Good job, Amy.
Anyway, that's my TikTok update. I really should. I talked about this. I rearranged my phone so TikTok is not on any of my home screens. I have to like find it to open it. I'm starting to push through that and get re-hooked on it a lot of the time. I really need that. Strategy was not a permanent fix. I will say I've been getting a lot of targeted ads for something. I don't want to call it out too directly. Some product. It's like a thing that you connect to your phone via Bluetooth that just stops you from opening certain apps. It like intercepts things on your phone. And a little bit, a part of me is like, oh, that makes sense. But then the rest of me is like, don't buy that. Don't buy that. That's not a solution. You could just turn that off. It doesn't fix anything. I mean, you just have to have the actual willpower to do it, I guess, which is
that is
the hard part.
Yeah.
But
all right, my turn. Finally.
Oh, you already talked.
Just was commenting on what he said. I was just adding to what he was doing.
No, that's what I thought I was doing during my winter speech last episode. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. In other news, I will say that it kind of relates to it anyway. With my working with the various AI models, they're all dumb, but some are more specifically less dumb than others. I don't know. I've actually learned a lot about coding. It is very strange because there are some evidence that, you know, AI is bad for education. And I think as a complete supplement, if you're like, write me a report about X, you just take it and go. But every time I'm plugging something in and it doesn't work, I have to figure out why it didn't work and work it through with the AI. And it's been fascinating because I didn't know anything about like Mac file system command line stuff. Now I actually have a better understanding. I understand what sudo does. I understand why certain way that you put things together and you put parentheses. And it's been forever since I took a programming class, and I was never good at programming to begin with, and I'm not good now. I'm not saying I'm good, but I understand it conceptually. So I think that is a bit more optimistic, and not a lot of people talk about that, in that if you use it, even in its dumb state, assuming it's wrong, that's actually the good place to start from. It's good that it's wrong sometimes because you can figure out why it's wrong if you approach it with that mentality. So you have to be willing and have critical thinking abilities to work out what is there. And it's a puzzle, and it is satisfying when you solve it. But I think it's kind of cool if it stays like this. It is kind of cool if you have something with like the widest base of knowledge, but zero depth, that is wrong half the time, because that inherently is teaching. You are figuring it out through mistakes that it's making, and that immediately solidifies what the right answers are. I don't have to study what the programming language does. I have to be like, that didn't work, that didn't work, that worked, holy shit, that worked, and I'm typing it in manually myself. It works, and that really stuck all those commands in my head. So there's something to it being wrong. I don't want AI to be perfect. I think it's better that AI is completely imperfect. I think that's a good spot for it. And it probably will stay there because according to that Apple study, the reasoning models are definitely not what people think, which I've known for a while. Bob, you've known for a while. Wade,
Wade. I will say, I do think coding and computer science things in general are a particular use case where what you're talking about really works. But there's a lot of stuff that I think people want to use AI and do use it for, where if you don't get that instant feedback, people are using it for knowledge bases where you're just taking whatever it's giving you, putting it into something else that you're using for work or for whatever. If it's not code where it doesn't work unless you do it correctly, you are not necessarily aware of how wrong it is or which parts are wrong. And no one is going to tell you that until it comes up possibly further down the line, possibly when you're basing, business decisions or other things on completely made up, hallucinated bullshit. For what you're talking about, yeah, that's essentially like a good way to learn about computers, because you have someone who's helping you work through the pain of, I don't know how the fuck this works, but let's get some ideas and just keep trying stuff and figure out what does work. So it's a lot more dangerous in other contexts. And that's one of the things is like, we kind of get that, I think, and I try and be aware of that. And if I ever am using those sort of tools, I don't think a lot of people are widely aware of that. I'm not sure. I have no sense, because it seems like some people just are like, never AI anything, don't trust it, it's crap and it's unethical, which is like kind of a hardline perspective, but I can understand how people see it that way. And it seems like there are people on the exact opposite end of that who are like, it's like magic. It just does everything for me. All I have to do is copy and paste. And when it tells me when I'm sick and I let it run my life, and I'm like, That's a lot of faith in, a toddler who knows some of the words related to the topics you're asking it about, but doesn't know anything or know how to think about things. It's the Wild West, except also it's in your pocket 24 hours a day, always accessible.
Is AI like the Wikipedia of the common generation, like Wikipedia was for us, where we weren't supposed to rely on it or use it, couldn't source it?
It's even worse than that, but kind of. Yeah, kind of.
The funny thing about it is, I don't know if there was ever really a point when Wikipedia was super wrong about most of its things, because Wikipedia right now, as far as I know, is about the best source of accurate information you could manage for most of the information that would be in an encyclopedia like that.
I think anybody could like really edit it way back when or something. Like, there was a lot of times people could just like submit an edit that would be like added on. I don't know.
You could, but the community on Wikipedia is robust enough that for a lot of the stuff where lots of people are aware of it, even if it was edited super maliciously, it would then be edited back or reverted back fairly regularly.
Sure, but that might have been weaker when we were kids than it is now.
It
right?
might have been. Yeah,
it
they
might
didn't
have
the
been.
established people there for sure. Yeah, but nowadays, like I'd say, you have a much better shot by asking an AI model to specifically, you get a lot better results if you're like, look at this link, tell me this thing, and by then you've looked it up already, so what was even the point? But yeah, you really gotta hold their hand a lot.
And even then it'll hallucinate, which I think is really funny. We have a spreadsheet that has like all of our episodes with like the episode number and title. It's like the Distractible, whatever. It's one of those things you get when you have like a show or you're managing something like that. You can give spreadsheets to LLMs and they can look at them and tell you, give you summaries of the data, whatever. I did that. I gave our spreadsheet to a model and was like, summarize this and tell me these things. And then I started asking it things. And one of the things I was doing was fishing for like, is this an episode? And I was making things up, like making up titles of episodes. And it was without any pressure at all. It was still like some of the time I would be like, is butt plugs in our butts an episode? And it would be like, oh yeah, that's a classic Distractible episode. Mark hosts and Wade and Bob put huge butt plugs in their butt. And I'm like, come on. Like that's a softball. I teed that up for you. And you
How did find the secret episode? Oh my God.
But then if you're like, okay, where is that in the document? It'll be like, oh, that's not in there. It's like, well then what the fuck? Where did you like this? I like your idea, your comparison to Wikipedia, but it's also much crazier than that because it'll just come up with shit.
I think that AI would be a lot better if the people making it really added in something where the AI could go, I'm not sure. That would fix so much shit. It's binary. It's like, I know, I don't know.
Statisticians would call that confidence, some measure of confidence.
But then they'd have to actually build the system that the AI is trained on and, actually really, it would have to not be a mystery hole.
Yeah, we're so far down the road of it's a magical black box that no one can comprehend. Doing that is not as simple as it might sound like it is to someone who is outside the technical realm of it. I am too.
Yes, that is good for small talk.
This episode is brought to you by Uber. You know that feeling when someone shows up for you just when you need it most? That's what Uber is all about.
Like when Wade's house was flooding and falling to pieces all around him, and you showed up just when he needed you to, so you could film it and exploit it for views on the internet?
No.
Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way, so you can be on yours. Uber, on our way to your house, Wade.
So I came across an article, and I figured maybe we could talk about it for the fourth or fifth time, because we have more old phrases. Woo! Yeah, we're finishing this up today.
I seem to recall not doing very well in these episodes, so I have mixed feelings about this.
I don't know that anyone has done well in these episodes, but I enjoy them, and I want to get to the end because I need to complete it.
I mean, that's fair. What do you get, like a PlayStation Platinum trophy or something?
Oh, do we get trophies for completing things on this podcast?
We get the winner of the year of the season gets a trophy.
I don't think that's ever been true.
You got a trophy. Or you're owed a trophy.
I think that is true.
Yeah, I think he's owed a trophy. I don't think it.
We owe me a trophy.
Yep.
We, me, he, she, he, thee.
You definitely owes you a trophy. Some other people might also.
Well, I guess I'm just going to jump in because we're a little bit late here. Mark, your heads. Bob, your tails. This is just to
Okay.
see who goes first. Tails, that's Bob.
There you hear it.
Bob, you are going first. Jumping back in. We had some great memorable old phrases last time. This time, let's start with what are, I guess, chicks on a raft.
Chicks on a raft. That is when you're vibing at the pool with your crew and you need to eat, but you don't want to get out of the pool. And that's what they call it when they float over a sweet little boat of chicken tendies and curly fries to you and your spot in the corner of the pool where you're vibing out, and that way you can have a little snack, but you don't have to give up your spot.
Chicks on a raft. Okay.
I was also going to say a food-related thing, but instead of it going to get food, I was going to say it is a type of food. Because there's toady in the hole, there's fucking toad in the hole, whole toad. The toad that's in the hole. What the fuck is it?
Yep.
The fuck are you saying?
Yeah, there's toad in the hole. It's
There's
whole
that
toad.
one. There's that one thing.
One
Yes.
toad, one hole. Two toads, one hole. What's it fucking called? It's egg in the bread thing. Isn't that toady in the
I always call that egg bread. I think British people call that toad in the hole.
toad in the hole, something like that. Yeah, but not that specifically. It's probably something like that. There's also the eggs in hell.
Is that a thing? What is that, shakshuka?
No, I cooked it with the what's her name? She says a very popular cooking thing.
Cooking Mama?
Martha Stewart.
No,
Chef Anne Burrell.
it was Bon Appetit when I tried to keep up with a professional chef.
Oh, wait, I remember that happened, but I don't remember who.
Man, that was 5 years ago. God damn. Carla is her name.
Oh no, Carla. Okay.
Chef Carla.
Yes.
Well, Carla.
I think. Anyway, we made eggs in hell or whatever it is. Eggs in purgatory. Not quite hell. They haven't made it to hell yet.
Just to cut to the chase, I gotta give it to you, Mark, because the answer is eggs on toast.
Wait, what the fuck?
Chicks on a raft is eggs on toast.
But
Is that the first time any of us actually got it?
didn't we get one that was like nicknames for boobs or something? Or Mark got one that was like being names for being drunk or something?
Yeah, you guys have gotten a few, but like this one was pretty out there. I did not expect you just to get it. So, Bob, I'd given you partial credit for saying a food related thing. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. And then he's just like, it's like eggs on toast. And I was like, okay, he just flat out said it.
You didn't think when it was toady in the hole at first, but yeah, I got there. Don't worry.
I did not. Mark, what is a zib? Z-I-B. What is a zib?
It's like a zin, but it goes up your nose or it goes up your butt. Change my answer. It's butt chugging a zin.
Wade doesn't know what zins are, do you?
Another name for like a Chardonnay.
We're reversing the game on him. Wait, what is a zin?
Fuck you.
Do they have tobacco in them, or are they literally just like they're like nicotine things, right?
Pure nicotine, I think. Nicotine.
It's like
powder.
a little pouch of like nicotine that you like tuck under your lip, and it gets you fucking geeked.
If you want to like vomit immediately,
Just pound one.
just pound one, Wade.
One of those up your butt would be a hell of a thing. I cannot admit.
I've never had a zin. I've never taken a zin. You can tell by my vernacular. I've never, what do they call
You
it?
never-
Upward of a zin.
Imbibed a zin? I've never done a zin, but they make similar type things where it's a little pouch, but it's caffeine. It's like flavored and it's caffeinated. And I got a thing of those and I put one in my mouth and I thought I was gonna die. So I can only imagine how much fun zins must be because
So fun.
like it tasted good too. The one I had, it was like citrusy and I was like, and then like a minute later as the caffeine started to soak through my gums, I was like, good. This is good. This is what I wanted. Like,
Well, a zib is a nincompoop, Mark. I'm sorry, that was incorrect.
I didn't get to go yet. I think a zib is a nincompoop.
You didn't get to go because this is a repeat. I've already done that one before.
Oh,
You were going to get your own repeat.
I see.
Oh, I see.
Bob, what are whooper-ups?
Well, this isn't the same bit as my questions game at all. We talked about that weeks ago.
Yes.
That's not very fair. I didn't say the word. I'm just saying that that's not very fair.
It's not meant to be.
Whooper-ups are... this is another, like Mark's, this is another drug one. That's what they used to call what's more modernly called whippets, where you would take canisters of CO2 or whatever, nitrous oxide, and just inhale them, and they cause brain damage, but they make you feel kind of high, but also kind of awful.
Just inferior singers. Bad singers are whooper-ups.
What's the threshold for a we're getting older situation? Because Bob, you did an episode and it was like, good fun. I named an episode, the exact same name of an episode I didn't relate. Wade gets to do the same words again and he gets a pass? Subreddit?
Yeah.
He gets a pass?
It's called a callback.
What was it called when we did it?
Repeats. I'm the host today, so I get to call it what I want.
Look, I was just going to leave it in the hands of the subreddit, Mark. Wade is the one who's constantly begging the subreddit to come to his back, constantly pandering. I was just going to let the subreddit do what the subreddit was going to do with the, I assume, unbridled rage and incomparable disappointment it will feel about what's happening in this episode. But
I'm doing new words and I'm mixing in some old ones to see if you learned anything.
it's not for us to judge. It's for us to play the game. Subreddit will do what must be done.
The subreddit is going to enjoy watching the struggle and the growth of your learning process.
I'm not learning shit. Continue.
All right. Mark, what is an amorous congress?
I know this one.
Well, Congress is just another word for assembly, and amorous has no other definition. It's an orgy.
Okay, that's all right. You went right for it. Okay.
It's an orgy.
I'm going to sneak in under the wire here and be slightly more correct than Mark and say that it is a slutty hookup, but not an orgy. It's just like two people.
I mean, you're both right. From what I've got here, it's a slang term for sex. An orgy is more specific, whereas Bob's right. It's just sex in general. So it could be an orgy. It doesn't have to be an orgy. It could just be a hookup of some kind. So
That's fair.
but it is sex.
I feel like amorous doesn't have an ambiguous meaning. I feel like that's not just like, you wouldn't be like, oh, I had an amorous congress with my wife last night. That doesn't really mean, like, you would have a very normal congress with, I assume, the person you're married to.
I had amorous eggs in purgatory last night, and whoo, man.
Boy, have I got whooper-ups.
Inferior singers. Bob, what is a pair of drawers?
An impolite way to describe a man who is just absolutely caked up. Say, whoa, look at that pair of drawers on that chap over there.
All right. Mark, what is a pair of drawers?
I think it's a trick question. This is what the definition
It's
is.
just two drawers.
It's what?
No, nothing. I love your answer. Continue.
It's underwear.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say just two drawers. It is two drawers.
No, that'd be dumb.
Couldn't be that.
I like your guys' answer, but it has nothing to do with pants. At least not immediately. Maybe later. A pair of drawers is simply 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, it's not, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's just actually not.
No, it's not. No.
I know you're reading that off of a thing, but I'm just going to put this out there. Of all the words that I can recall that we've discussed in these episodes, that is the one where I am most staunchly, my reaction is that it's not, though. That's just not what a pair of drawers is to anyone anywhere.
I hear you, but mental floss is my god today, so I believe them at all costs.
Don't care for it.
Well, I'll call them up right now, and I'm going to tell them how wrong they are. I was like, we were making an episode about your article. Why did you fuck us like that? How could you be wrong?
They'll fix it right away.
We'll fix it.
Mark, what is dog soup?
Why are you asking me this question?
It's oddly specifically your turn.
Piece of you racist piece of shit.
Because you're German.
Okay, so you're in the doghouse is bad, you're in trouble. If it's so bad, you're in the dog soup. Divorce! It's divorce!
Dog soup is a divorce. Bob, what do you think dog soup is?
So there's actually a modern version of this that gets tossed around a lot. It's common insult in competitive, like in esports settings and like competitive video gaming, to if someone is playing poorly, to call them dog water. Like, you're dog water, bro. You suck, effectively. This is like the old school version. Two gentlemen would be playing polo, and one would sidle up next to the other on horseback and very rudely be like, I say, you appear to be dog soup today, my good men.
An insult for playing like shit.
Uh-huh.
For a moment there, Bob, you skimmed the top and then took back off again. Dog soup is just another way of saying water.
I said the word water.
You did say the word water.
That's pretty close.
I agree with you. It is. It doesn't get much closer.
These horseshoes we're tossing are pretty big if that's close.
Well, I can't give it to him because he said it was literally playing like shit, but he said the word water.
I said the word water multiple times.
Hey, I had all the letters in water probably in mine, I believe.
You don't have any W's in there.
Let's recall. Why'd you ask me? It was one of the first ones I said. Huh? Why you gotta ask me that? That's what I said. That's true. Yep.
All right, Bob, what is a lean away?
Oh, we've done this one before. That's a drunk person.
Someone who is tipsy could be called a lean away. I'll give that to you. Okay. Mark, what is hump the swag?
Oh, we have done this one too.
Keeping it fair.
Isn't this just like carrying a backpack or something? Like carrying a load, like a heavy thing? It's something simple like that where it's close.
I'll give it to you. It's carrying your luggage on your back. That is carrying a load or carrying like a backpack. I'll give you hump. I'll give you that. Mark, what does it mean to take the egg?
Whoa, hey, come on now.
It is his turn.
Oh, I thought it was boop, 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 boop. Is it back to you, Bob? Okay, I might be wrong.
Boop, 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 boop. No, it's boop, 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 boop.
All right, Bob, what does it mean to take the egg?
Boop, boop, boop. Take the egg. We've definitely done this one before. That's when Mark makes you eggs in purgatory, and then you just eat the eggs and you don't eat the rest of it.
Take the egg means to win. To win.
I should have let Mark go.
I actually would have had the answer.
Mark, what does it mean to cop a mouse?
I know this one.
Can we switch? Can I flip?
No.
Can I answer his previous one with my joke answer?
I'll give you take the egg if you give me cop a mouse.
Okay, all right, here's take the egg. It's when you, as a sperm, just gets that egg first. That's what I was going to say. And you would have given it to me. You would have given it to me. Because it's winning. That's the first win. We all started with a win. We all got a big dub from birth, from pre-birth.
You are the winning sperm. That's true.
Okay, so now you got to guess what cop a mouse means before Bob gets to answer.
Oh, no. No, that's Bob's.
I know this one. So
I know, which is why Mark has to guess, because you guessed the other one. So.
Oh. Help me, Mark. I'm sorry, Matthew McConaughey from Wolf of Wall Street for some reason.
Anyway, I said my answer in there. I hope you heard it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's incorrect.
Oh, let's play the tape back. Wait, hold on.
Cop a mouse.
Cop a mouse is getting punched in the face, specifically probably the eye area.
It is a black eye. Getting a black eye. So whose turn is it now that we did all that switching back and forth? Now is it Mark again?
I thought we were just alternating back and forth. Mark went first on that one, so that would mean it's my turn unless there's some other boop, 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 boop we're doing.
I'm confusing myself. No, Bob, it is your turn. That's fine. Bob, what does it mean to be on the hoof?
So back then, it's like, for example, if, but also...
Oh,
on the hoof means to do it quickly, to do something quickly.
Mark, on the hoof.
Is this one of the old ones or is this completely new?
This is one we have not done before.
on the hoof. What's on a hoof? If you go what's above a hoof, it's a horse. A horse is on the hoof, or a deer, or anything hooved. But what's below the hoof can be known as what's on the hoof.
So anything below the hoof?
Anything below the hoof. You heard me. Anything below the hoof.
I feel like I have to give this to Bob because I didn't give him the point for the water one.
Oh, I thought you were going to give it to me. I was like, no, fuck, did I get this?
No, I didn't give Bob the point for the one where he said the word water, even though that was close-ish. But this one, to do something fast, technically on the hoof is any kind of meat served rare, and rare means cook fast, and it's borderline along with the other one. Maybe it's a half a point with those two combined. It's a rough one. But if I'm going to give it to anybody, it would be that.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Half a point? All right.
If I'd have said what's above the hoof, I would have been close too.
I know, you were right in the area.
But you avoided the leg, you avoided the animal entirely. Mark, what or who is George Eddy?
Can't believe you bring up his name around here.
I know, it's a terrible thing to mention. But
George Eddy? Okay. George is your middle name. Eddy is also known as a current of some type in water. 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 It's you in water.
Isn't George his first name?
it is. There was a lot of wrong in there, but Bob, what is George Eddy?
But there was a lot of right in there too, right?
I didn't say that.
There's just a lot of stuff in there. It's all kinds. Well, George is your last name. Water.
Oh.
This is actually a Cockney rhyme. And the way Cockney rhymes work is you say like a name or something completely unrelated, but it rhymes. George Eddy rhymes with ready. So you'd be like, hey, you George Eddy yet?
Oh, so you ready yet?
Mm-hmm.
I got
A George Eddy is just a customer who doesn't tip well.
What did George Eddy do to be that guy? What?
I don't know, but he must have done something.
You know, they serve water at restaurants.
They sure
And
do.
food at restaurants is often ready. So really, Mark and I were both pretty close.
I award you 0 points for that effort. Each.
Okay.
Bob, what are hounds on an island?
Hounds on an island. That is when you are on a beach vacation and you finally make it to the beach and you pop those shoes off and you say, that's more like it. Now my hounds are on the island because your puppies are in the sand.
3 feet in the sand. Okay. Mark, hounds on an island.
2 hounds are on an island. How did they get there? They swam? Unlikely. Dogs can't swim that far.
Or at all.
Yeah, well, they can swim, but yeah, you're right. Some don't like water. Chica doesn't like to swim, but that just leads more to the evidence that they were put there on the boat and then boated over by whatever action boats do. They don't drive. They're not cars. You can't drive a boat. The dogs are on this island and they're totally fine. No one needs to do anything. There's a boat there. Probably they're just on vacation. It's on vacation. It's to be on vacation. Which I think is Bob's answer. Wait, I circled back all the way around to his answer.
You really kind of did. You walked us all the way through being in paradise.
Okay, is that the answer though?
No.
Ah, shit.
Franken beans, otherwise known as hounds on an island.
Sorry, what?
I'm guessing like beans and weenies or hot dogs and beans. Yeah.
I suppose.
Mark, what is a cluckin grunt?
Clucks. Grunts. Grunts, commonly known as the little enemies in Halo. Very skittish, very scared, easily excitable. I've already forgotten what the first part of it was. Cluck, 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 cluck. clucky chicken. Chicken clucks. Chickens lay eggs. A cluckin' chuck. What was it called? A clucking grunt. That's what it was. You passed the test. Good job. Congratulations. Clucking grunt.
Like, listen to the mad ramblings of someone. Fucking run-on sentence of madness. With half of it being, what was the other word? Oh yes.
It's another phrase for pooping with difficulty because you ate a lot of chicken and a lot of eggs. You ate like only protein and you don't have any fiber. It's all compacted up in there. You got major constipation.
Bob, what is a clucking grunt?
I feel like Mark is beating me, so I'm going to try Mark's strategy.
How am I beating you?
Cluckin' grunt. Cluck. Clucks and fries is what they call chicken tenders at Red Robin. Red Robin? Red Baron. Red Baron, World War I. World War I was started when they killed that guy. What was his name?
Franz Ferdinand.
Yes, Franz Ferdinand. I heard when he got shot, he made kind of a cluck sound, and then he grunted, and then he died. A cluck and grunt is an assassination.
It sounds so convincing when you do that method. It's so I believe it.
I have to win. I did it the way Mark does it.
Red Robin, Red Baron, World War I.
Oh man,
I gotta give you a point just for putting me through that.
And because it was correct, another point?
No, it's ham and eggs.
I don't think so.
Okay.
In what world does ham cluck and eggs grunt and pigs oink? Fuck's sake.
Oh, Bob, you're first on this one. What is groping in a peculiar river?
All right. I'm going to stick with the winning strategy. Groping in a peculiar river. Groping. Ropes. Knots. Nautical miles. River. Nautical miles in a river. Nautical miles in a boat. Boats go on rivers. Rivers run through land. Land, yachts. Yachts are boats. Rivers go through land. Land yachts. Land yachts are just buses. Buses are full of people. People are gross. Groping in a peculiar river is when you have to collect the tickets for an overnight bus and you have to touch all those hands of all those weirdos who ride an overnight bus. Did you come with me on that one? There's less laughter. I'm concerned I lost you.
I liked how you went from, you lost me at land, yachts.
Land yachts. River, land, boats, water, land, yachts. Boop, 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 boop. What's to get lost on?
Oh, boop, 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 boop. Okay.
What was my answer?
Taking tickets from gross-handed passengers on a bus.
What was the original? I don't even remember that.
Groping in a peculiar river.
Sticking your dick in crazy.
Elaborate, I guess.
What do you mean elaborate? You elaborate.
Oddly enough, I need more specifically what you mean by that.
What else is there to mean? Have sex with someone who is either really, really bad for you or mentally unstable. Why do I need to explain that?
I just wanted to see if you got the full point or partial. Groping in a peculiar river is cheating on your significant other.
Which you might take an overnight bus to do. So really, Mark and I were both right there.
All right, when it comes down to it, Mark, I gave you a half a point for groping, and I just want you to know this is what it refers to. It does not refer to actually groping. It was right there. Like you, Mark, I think you are first now. What does it mean, the phrase, bloodhound in the hay?
Okay, a roll in the hay is when you have sex in a barn, right? If you're a bloodhound in the hay, what are bloodhounds for? Finding criminals.
Where are you going with this?
I'm not going to relate those two ideas at all. I'm going to step outside. I'm going to... I don't don't think this is a good strategy. I think this is a very bad strategy, actually.
It's a very dangerous one.
I think that a bloodhound in the hay is someone very loud in the bedroom.
I like that more than where it was going before.
I just don't know what you're talking about.
Bob, what is a bloodhound in the hay?
Mark is a coward. This is the best strategy. Bloodhound in the hay. Bloodhound in the hay. In the hay. Hey, Hades. Hey, you, get off of my cloud. Bloodhound in the clouds. Bloodhounds are for fighting criminals, as Mark pointed out. Criminals flying in the sky. Criminals in the sky. Criminals in airplanes.
The red berry.
Airplanes. Get off of my cloud. Get off of my plane. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is president. Harrison Ford is a fugitive. Harrison Ford is the fugitive. Harrison Ford. What was the original word?
Bloodhound in the hay.
Oh, that's right. Bloodhound in the hay. Obviously. A bloodhound in the hay is when Harrison Ford gets a boo-boo and bleeds a little bit. That's a bloodhound in the hay.
Bloodhound in the hay is hot dogs with sauerkraut.
Which Harrison Ford ate on every movie set he ever acted on. Look it up.
Let me tell you, when you eat that, you could be loud. It's like oysters, right? It is an aphrodisiac. You are gonna be squealing.
Not even out your mouth.
I am terrified to ask this question, but Bob, you're first. What are frog sticks?
Mark is a coward. I know the way. Frog sticks. Frog sticks are just what people from Louisiana call skewers, because the main thing you use skewers for is to cook your frog legs. You keep them straight when you cook them on the old Barbie, like they say in Louisiana.
Mark, what are frog sticks?
Long ago, Kanye West was the butt of a joke on South Park. Some theorize that this is what led to his inevitable downfall. Might have been the nitrous, but who knows? Frog sticks, fish sticks, frogs dicks, fish dicks, right?
He likes to put fish sticks in his mouth.
You like to put frog sticks in your mouth. It's a blowjob.
Okay.
Just imagine Mark landing the plane and it's just like, ooh, smooth landing. Ooh, perfect. We're down. It's a blowjob.
This has gone in ways and places we've never done with the old phrases before, so I am enjoying it quite a bit. Bob, you might get half a point for this. I guess we'll see if there's any debate from Mark on it, but frog sticks are French fries, which is a food, but you describe them as being like keeping them long and straight, which is like the French fry thing. Like, I don't know. It's not the exact food, but it's close-ish. Is that half a point worthy?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I think we've gone through the whole list. Let me see if there's any we're missing. Fun fact, dog soup, city juice, and Adam's ale are all water. Groping in a peculiar river, carrying tackle, or being on a left-handed honeymoon are all cheating on your significant other. Amorous congress, basket making, blanket hornpipe, or convivial society are all sex.
Blanket hornpipe?
Mm-hmm.
I got through my list of old slang phrases that we need to bring back. Do you guys have a favorite you want to bring back?
That would require us to remember it. I clear all my memory.
Clucks and grunts.
Mark, what's a wet sock?
Oh. No. Wait. I got it.
Hey, Bob gets a chance, then you gotta go back.
It's whatever Mark says. Mark?
It's what I just was. It's a downer. Because I was just like, it's what I just was. I answered it before and I answered it now.
It's a limp handshake, or specifically in Australia, a dull person.
I think when I answered this before, I said this exact same answer.
You might have. Bob, what is happy cabbage?
That is, I know what I said last time, and I think it was wrong. So, what is happy cabbage? Oh, I remember this because I thought these were really stupid. It's money for some fucking reason.
It is money.
Doesn't make any sense. I stand by it. I think that's an awful one.
Mark, what's in the ketchup?
It's when you're losing money, you're in the red.
It is. Any of these ones you want to bring back?
No.
No, I don't like these. I like ketchup. Ketchup's not bad. Ketchup's good.
All right, Bob, what's the flub the dub?
Flubber. Movies. Movie stars. Robin Williams. God damn. I don't fucking remember. It's not what I said I think was to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory or some such thing, but that was wrong, I think, if I remember.
It's evading one's duty.
That was my answer. Are these for points or are we just doing this for fun? Wait. I thought the game ended. Wait, the game ended.
That's up to me. That's up to me.
Anyway, Flyrink is you bald-headed bald guy.
Oh, okay. Bob, what's a giggle mug?
Oh, I seem to remember getting this one wrong as well. It's a mug wired to one of those buzzers that electrocutes you when you shake someone's hand, but it does it when you put your mouth on it. You go to take a drink and it goes, and you're all, ha ha ha.
Mark, one more chance.
It's you bald-headed baldy.
I mean, you might not be completely wrong. It's someone who's always smiling, and I'm always happy, right? I'm not. You don't get the point.
All right.
All right. With that, we'll wrap. Bob, you got half a point for both On the Hoof and Frog Sticks.
Sure.
2 TikTok updates. Need help escaping TikTok. Bigfoot vlogging. Tenders on a boat. Amorous Congress. Red Robin. Red Baron. World War I. Franz Ferdinand. Lean Away. Cop a Mouse. Happy Cabbage. And Mark's a Coward. Mark, you got a half point for groping. You got points for Hit That Horse. Google Crimes Alleged. Oh, Google's Alleged Crimes. Coding Genius. Eggs on Toast. Hump the something. Hump the Swag.
Yeah.
There was so much time in between the previous point and that point.
In the ketchup. Take the egg. Flyrink.
Wait, there's the entire episode in between the fuck? Wait.
I might not have read the words in order.
This doesn't answer any question. Wait, there's a whole in between there that's missing.
No.
Funfair!
Oh, unfair.
There's an entire section of the episode that I was not scored upon. Meanwhile, Bob got 2 for the same thing. A joke about the Red Baron and Franz Ferdinand were one after the other.
That was all just 1 point.
Oh, all right then. Well, still unfair.
All right, unfair. Something's unfair in here. I guess we'll see and I'll figure it out.
My score, you need to review the entire episode and you need to account again for all of my correct and or half point answers and cross-reference it to make sure that your scoring is correct.
All right.
Heads.
Tails.
Heads.
Oh,
very
man.
close. You're lucky, Wade.
That was
Really
close.
lucky.
I wouldn't have done it.
No, you would have had to do it, or you would have been cursed forever by the coins.
Hey, I'll take the curse, I guess. I'm pretty lazy. I guess spin to see how many... did I finish reading your... I probably did. Amy got a point for AI comp.
Come on. Ooh, 3 bonus points.
I need to add something to the wheel, right?
Yeah, what are we adding?
Do we have one on here that just inverses the score?
Actually, wait, don't we?
Not technically.
We have surprise golf rules in there.
Oh,
which does
that's
that.
true. That's true.
Okay, that's all right. Everybody here has at least half a point.
Yeah, I think we all have half a point now. Yeah.
Do we have something in here for most insane ramble? Which I think might... Bob, you got a lot of points for the funniest ones, but Mark's with the questioning and going back and forth you kind of built on. That one was just actually him sounding fucking insane to me, so...
All right, so we're doing 3 spins, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's do this, bad
Which
boy.
could matter.
It could.
I don't... Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to concede that one. I think Mark is definitely still the shortest.
I agree.
All right.
Okay. I wasn't saying that to be mean. I'm just like, I think that's still true. Fastest response?
Well, I didn't get that one. Jesus fuck, I didn't get there. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't think that's me.
At least one of them where Bob knew Happy Cabbage was pretty quick. I don't know that Mark had a single one that was quick.
Yep. No, I don't think so.
I think Bob gets that point.
All right. One more spin. Oof. Least points.
Who's that? I don't think it's me.
Yeah, who does that one go to?
No, actually, no, that would go to Amy, right? She had least
shit.
points.
Oh, we do give points on the wheel to outside. That's true, yeah.
All right. Amy finishes with 2 points. Bob finishes with 13 points. And Mark finishes with 10.5 points. Bob wins.
I feel like there was some missing there.
The coin said otherwise, and I think we respect the coin.
I think you cheated the coin because you weren't even willing to follow the rules if it landed. I think there's fraud on a deeper level. Fraud, strawed, mod, law,
Do you want to call fraud? I'll get the D20.
You don't want to know this D10 that Amy gave for me. I have. You don't want to know. You don't want to know the power of this D10. Here's a little secret. There's a sneak peek. You don't want to know.
What?
It's dangerous. Amy gave this to me to use in an episode. Said use it only at the most dire of moments.
What's it do?
There it is. Oh, you gonna get a little sneak peek of it? Oh, you don't want to know the price that you're about to pay.
What's happening?
I'm confused. I'm with you for once, Wade. I'm
gonna roll this dice. It's gonna change your destiny forever. You better right your wrongs, or you're gonna be wrong to right.
What does the D10 mean?
Oh, you don't even understand the quandaries it's gonna put you in. There's a little whoosh. There it is.
You do have the smallest dice. We could put that on there.
I have a small one. Look how small it is. It's the tiniest little D20 ever.
Don't tempt fate, man. You better get on your path.
Well, your path is the loser speech, Mark.
Listen, everybody. Laws are just words unless we defend them with all of our hearts and all of our will. And when people go and forget the law thing I just said. You know what happened here today. You know what happened here today. He didn't like that I was gunning for his trophy, right? And so he's sabotaging me. And I feel like that there is a case to be made for maybe some kind of new order type deal. I'm done.
Okay, laws, sabotage, sabatons are boots. Laws, bras, boots and brawl, no underwear, sex.
Or a shower.
With your boots and bra?
Are you having sex with a boots and bra or no underwear?
Both? Bob, winner speech.
Why are you both looking at me like I know? Both of you in sync looked into the camera like you were looking to me to answer the question. What? I am not sure how I won, or why I won, or even necessarily that I won, but this episode is over, and that doesn't really help me clarify anything, I'm going to be honest.
No, you see?
All the arrows and scribbles and things, and the way that you do that is so...
It's how my brain works.
So concerning to me on a deep level. Academics will study that document in the future, and will name a disease after you, probably.
I've only got one empty page left, and then I've got to get a new pamphlet.
You don't do... Anyway, look, it's over, and I'm going to host the next one, and hopefully... It'll be fine. It'll be good even. It's gonna be great. I'm not worried.
Congratulations to Bob. Mark, do better next time. If you haven't already, go follow Mark at Markiplier, Bob at MySkirm, me at Minion77 or Minion777. So until the next time, where Bob, the rightful winner who won by, 2.5 points today, 3.5 points today, 2.5 points today, will host. It'll be a banger. Until then, podcast out.